Here's my trainer friend, Augie, in England, 60 years old. He can do amazing exercise. And that's a good message he's got up on the screen there. How'd you get there and get to sleep so fast? See the ear? What are you doing there? Mom's going to go down the hall and turn off the light to save power. I'll take these 2 thermoses with me. Does she care? No. Look at her. Just look at her. And I gotta take his spoon down for him. Are you doing the D&Q for the people? Okay, time to get up. 2 things I gotta do tomorrow. We gotta get the mail, and we got to, I gotta get his pay stub so I can do the unemployment. Now, never mind getting more comfortable, because I'm coming over. Look at the size of that foot. Oh, they're double. Sure look like great big white mittens. She's got claws that she can't retract in. I think that's called polydactyl or something. They used to kill the cats that had paws like that. They said they weren't normal, or they couldn't go and... what are they called? Cat shows. They were deformed. Yeah. Something like that. I think I read this before. Might as well close all the windows now. The sun's going down and it's getting, the temperature's going down. All right, here I come. I'm putting on my big red fluffy flannel shirt. Oh, well, at least you yawned for the people. You yawned for the people, didn't you? Oh, my goodness. She's such a beautiful girl. Oh, my gracious. Come on. Good girl. Ah. Good girl. Okay, now I'm going to watch my friend Augie. What a great message there. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. I do that every day now. Thanks, Augie. White potatoes, onions, turnip, and carrots. Cooked in the pressure oven, Patricia's way. This is my lunch. While that was heating, I cut up some tomatoes and a cucumber, and I'm washing some blueberries. And there's my raw vegetables I chopped up to put in the bowl. That's what I'm putting in the fridge. There it is before I mingle and marry. And there it is, mingled and married with a white potato. Hello, it's just 12 noon. It's me, Potato Patty Too Mad, coming to you from her kitchen. Sorry about the fan. In Nova Scotia, Canada. I didn't film doing my whole meal. I just took pictures. Sweet potatoes, white potatoes, red tomatoes, Persian cucumber, half a cup of peas and corn, little piece of carrot, little piece of turnip. Yum. First bite going in. The little burst of flavor from the peas and the corn, a little crunch of the cucumber, the freshness of the cucumber and the tomato with the cooked. I love it. I probably got a little bit more than a pound of starch, but it's not going to hurt nothing. Just going about my day. I'll have the same thing for supper. I might add some pickled beets or bread and butter pickles. I got blueberries washed. And grapes to eat. I'm not putting any pickles today. I mean pickled beets. I'm going to eat some of these that he got me the other day. See if there's any water in them. No. Usually there's water in the bottom of the... I'll give Richie some of these for his lunch too for tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to go sit down. Oh, Missy's there. And eat. Watch YouTube. And then I'll have to start editing. What else is new? What else is new? I wasn't going to video this, but she usually moves right easy. Come on, time to get up. Let me have her supper. What a good girl. Finally got my requisition to go have my B12 checked again in 3 months. I started taking it yesterday, so 3 months. Okie dokie, so that's done and taken care of. So that's good. Now, I have a comment here from Lyn J. And Lyn always leaves me nice comments. And last night, she said, Patty, could you talk about your weight loss in a video? How it started for you, how quickly did you lose the weight in the beginning? First 6 months, how much did you lose? Okay, this is going to be a long story. I gained weight at puberty. I was 11. By the time I went to high school, grade 7, I was size 14.5. I don't know what my weight was, but I'm only 5 foot 1 inch tall. And I remember that I had a pretty blue dress. It was what they call blocked now because it was the front top bit across here was light blue, and from there down it was dark blue, and it had a big bow on the front here. And I had to squeeze in that. I squeezed in it with a long bra and a girdle that attaches to itself. The older women will know what I'm talking about. I don't know if they still make them or not, but anyway, that's what I squeezed into that dress. And I remember going on some kind of liquid, slim fast or whatever. Meal replacement things. I don't have a lot of memories because of the chemicals injured my brain. Yeah, that's what happened to me. So yeah, even before I left home, between grade 7 and grade 10, somewhere's in there, that's what I was doing. I was taking. And I don't think I wouldn't take them anymore. I don't think they work out that good. Anyway, so I got pregnant at 19. I was 18. Because when I just turned 19, I had my first daughter. I turned 19 on June 5th, and I had her on the 16th. And that was 50 years ago. It will be 50 years this 16. Anyway, I didn't gain a lot of weight with her. But my second daughter, who was born May 31st, 11 and a half months later, when I was 3 months, I was wearing a maternity dress. And 49 years ago, we didn't know if it was twins or not, and twins runs on our father's side of the family. So, well, I didn't have twins, but anyway. And I never did lose the weight. I had belly. I think I weighed 130 something, 32 or 7 or something. Anyway, so then in 1978 or 79, I went on a diet, another diet. And I got down to 118. It wasn't a healthy, because I wasn't in a happy marriage. I was drinking, I was smoking, I was working, walking back and forth to work, everything, and just, well, I didn't know now that it would have been a healthy meal, because I would just come home and eat a whole plant. We grew a big patch of squash, and yeah, and I'd have just a plate of squash for my lunch, which back then, but anyway, today, that's a whole plate of starch. So, anyway, and I like my starches whole, so, anyway, so I lost that. Finally got the courage in 1980 to get me and the kids out of that home. Went to my mom's. I got a job at the fish plant in the town of Lockport. Between 1980 and 1980, I'll say 3 or 4, then I started gaining. I continued to gain for 35 years. I gained 120 pounds plus, because I went on bad diets in there, and one time I was 187, and then I went down to 157, and then gradually back up to 238 pounds. So this time it all started for me was when I was 66. I was already taking 3 medications for my digestion, and I went to a specialist. He was a stomach, bowel, and esophagus specialist. And he said, "How much do you think you weigh?" And I said, 235. But I weigh 238. And I said, "Oh, that's the highest I've ever been." And he said, "If you go home and try," he gave me a prescription for something stronger. But he said, "If you go home and try to lose 10 pounds and just see if your stomach starts to feel better." So I did. I came home and I stopped eating my party mix, which I ate every night. I measured them out, though, because if I just mindlessly ate anything I wanted and whatever I wanted, and this how much I wanted, I don't know how big I would have got. Big. Anyway, so I stopped eating the party mix. Sorry, food smells getting in my brain. Stopped eating so much pizza, bologna sandwiches, Kraft dinner. So I lost the 10 pounds, and my stomach did start to feel better. I never did get that prescription. It's still in my purse now. And that's over 3 years ago. So I'm at 17. I started feeling good. So I kept on. I kept watching things on YouTube. And weight loss channels I was watching. And I was watching 600 Pound Life, 1,000 Pound Sisters, Family by the Ton. But, okay, back then, over 3 years ago, I was nearly bedbound and homebound by illnesses and the weight. You know, food and drink related illnesses, because I was eating the SAD diet, which means standard American diet. So then I found Chef AJ. Bless her heart. This is me when my girls were that small. This is me in 1980. This is me 3 years ago. No. 5 years ago, because I'm going to be 69 on the 5th. This is another one of me in around that time. How big and bent over I was. Oh, look at that one. I love it. There I am. Look at the belly on me. Good grief. There I am again. I don't even recognize myself in these pictures. Doesn't even look like me now. Okay, this is the book, The Pleasure Trap. It's a good one to read. This is yeah, I got off of the meds. I eat high starch, low calorie. High starch, low calorie. High starch, whole starch that is. With potatoes, mostly. Yep, the starch solution, Dr. John McDougall. That's what 5 pounds of fat looks like. So, this is the calorie density chart from Chef AJ. Love it. Changed my life. Don't worry. The plants have protein. No one says they're addicted to kale or spinach. Lots of protein. Yes, and it's the medicine I take now. This is just a chart of in the belly and how much different things fills and keeps you satisfied. Through her, I found Dr. John McDougall of the starch solution. Dr. Doug Lyle, he's a, I don't know what you call him, but anyway, for mental. And Dr. Alan Goldhammer, all, you know, plant-based doctors, vegan. Dr. John McDougall, I think he does oil-free and maybe, I don't know, SOS, salt, oil, and sugar. But Chef AJ does it. She herself says I was a fat vegan for 42 years because Oreo cookies, vegan. Pop, vegan. Ice cream, some of it that you can get vegan. But a lot of calories. So anyway, she, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, she devised this, and she calls it SOFA's free. SOFA. Salt, oil, flour, alcohol, and sugar. And I took out caffeine in my case because I was only drinking green tea or black tea, but because I still have insomnia. Anyway, I found her and I started eating that way. I watched her do the pressure pots full of whole vegetables, and then she would mash them or whatever. And I got to get myself one of them, I said. And I watched and I waited until one came on sale, and I got it. And I started cooking like that, and I started eating like her. And, oh yeah, spinach. I got spinach in here too. And then I started losing. Mind you, I was still on the bed, weak, no energy, no strength. And I would just move my arms and legs on the bed for the first year. And I did. She said, how did it start? How quickly did you lose the weight in the beginning? Well, in the beginning, it was in the first year, I only lost 55 pounds. Because I wasn't active. All I was doing was moving my arms and legs on the bed here. And then I would go outdoors and I'd do a few steps outdoors. And then I'd do a few more steps the next day. And I would keep increasing and increasing. And I kept eating this way and I kept feeling better and better. So I don't know about the first 6 months, but the first year was 55 pounds. So it's slow, and that's good. And, yeah, so, and here I am today, 3 years, 2 weeks. 3 years, 2 months, and almost 2 weeks in, and lost 99. I'm still holding on to that 1 pound to get to my 100 pounds. Yeah. But I'm not all upset about it. Because I still notice slight differences in my body and my clothes. So, even though the scale hasn't lost that 1 pound, I'm still having non-scale victories in SVs. Not only the weight, but I got off of my blood pressure medication, my stomach pills, and my bowel pill, my depression pill. I was pre-diabetic, and I'm not now. My doctor called me perfectly fat in the beginning, because he called Richard fat, and I said, you're going to call him overweight just because he's got a belly? Yeah, because Richard doesn't have fat on his arms and legs like I did. So, anyway, so he said, yeah, but you're perfectly fat. You're fat all over. If you're going to be fat, that's the best kind of fat. Not around your middle. That's the harmful kind. So, I was apple pear shaped. But now I think I'm almost normal. I didn't measure myself for a long time, but I did measure my waist the other day, and it said 35, and then I squeezed into my husband's 34 jeans. So, what's with that? So, anyway, and so, like, because of my mother's shape, even when she lost weight and was smaller, she still had, you know, quite a belly coming out. And like an apple kind of shape. And her mother was even bigger, and she had bad diabetes with insulin. And that was way back, and I think she died in, I don't even know if I was born yet, in 52. Anyway. So, what did they say? The plant-based doctors and Chef AJ say? Genetics loads the gun, but gives you the gun, but we give it the ammunition when we're eating the sad diet. So, I stopped eating meat and dairy products. My stomach issues are gone. I couldn't eat orange or tomato or cucumber or anything like that, because it would just give me the heartburn and come up on me. But it wasn't, it was just the animal products I was eating. About a year later, I tried some fish that Richard cooked up, scallops and haddock and shrimps and lobster. But it bothered my stomach. I had stomach pain all night. So that's the last of it. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat milk. I don't eat yogurt. I don't eat ice cream. And then I went and I don't eat processed foods, like highly processed foods, like anything in boxes and ready-made stuff. Like, I will eat canned tomatoes with no salt. They're minimally processed. And canned mushrooms, like that. Frozen vegetables and fruit I eat. And a lot of it is just the whole food. A lot of it is raw, a lot of it is cooked. After, a little while after, the more you eat that good, nutritious food, the less you want the other food, the better this tastes to you. And your taste buds neuroadapt. And that means they reset their taste buds. And when you're not eating the oil and the fat that coats your tongue, and you're not eating all those salt and highly processed, they're like drugs because they addict people. And then your taste buds can taste the luscious taste of the sweet potato and the turnip and the carrot, and it can pick out every flavor in this bowl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The video she asked a question on was the day we went down to the Jordan River and I had onion rings and french fries. I do eat something like that once or twice a week when we go to town. Usually it's the taters. They're not as greasy. So, if I didn't do that, I probably would have lost that pound. So, Lyn, I hope you're going to watch this. I know she will. And she doesn't have a channel, but maybe someday she might. I don't know. So, anyway, cheers. I'm going to finish eating this and watch somebody's video, because I have to watch other people's videos that subscribe to me as well. And this is so long, I don't know how long it is. And I can't speed it up. 22 minutes. I'll be back with dessert. I forgot to say in there, as I started to feel better, and I started to get energy and strength, and I had chronic fatigue syndrome, which I reversed that. Fibromyalgia, pain, 24/7. Cats couldn't walk on me, or Richard poked me to tickle me because I just felt like I was a big bruise all over, and pain. Well, the irritable bowel syndrome, depression. Most of my anxiety is gone. I don't have racing heart and mind in the night, even if I can't sleep. I don't have restless legs anymore. Now, mind you, if I started to eat back the SAD diet, the standard American diet, I'm sure all those would come back, along with the weight. So, nobody's ever going to talk me into not eating this. Thanks, Chef AJ. Love you, girl. Okay, that's gone. Now I got this blueberries. The other part of the blueberries is going for Richard's lunch tonight. Tomorrow's Friday. And I filled up a container with mixed grapes for his lunch tomorrow, too. Now I'm going to eat my blueberries. I picked out all the big, fat, luscious ones for him. Easier for him to pick up with his fingers. Now I'm eating my grapes. Blueberries are all gone. These grapes are nice and crunchy and crisp. Not old and wrinkly like what you buy in the bag. What's with that, Sobies? Last grape. I guess I'll end this and upload it, since I answered that question for Lyn J. Hi, Lyn. Thanks for your question. Later, friends. It's still June 3rd. It's 1:45 now. I forgot to say about my dragonfly earrings. I wear them when I wear this here light purple mauve colored top. And of course I have my jewels, my sparkly jewels, and my watch that my oldest daughter gave me for Christmas, not last year, but this Christmas. Okay, that's all I had to say. I was going to video her in my arms bathing, but as soon as I turn on the camera, she's gone. But anyway, she's having her bath. Missy's having a snooze. A snooze. Later, friends. Please, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe if you like our content. See you later, Lord willing.